Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack. Feminist frequency, I'm glad you're fucking gone. But the sad reality is at the end of the day you won. They won. This is a pyrrhic victory. For for people who actually the old concept of gamer, the ones who used to play video games from 2000s and before that, where even there was fan service, risque content, creativity, but it got all of that got undermined because of this whore. Well, I don't think she ever fucked someone on the one who actually fucked with people and then falsely accused them into self-deletion was Zoe Quinn, one of the main members of these grifter organizations. So let's start with the headline because I there's a lot to say here, and let's start with this. Feminist frequency to disband at the end of the year. This started in 2009, the beginning of the end, and 2023. She is responsible for pushing for wokeness inside video game companies because she went from company to company to these cock developers and she brainwashed them into pushing for feminism, insufferable women characters, and ugly ones, of course, while at the same time she pushed for censorship. Just for example, this one. We have an article here even from this website. Amazon Games stands by Blue Protocol censorship because they say, yeah, in this day and age we will not allow that. No, it's because you are a totalitarian hellhole. Your country is pushing for totalitarian censorship. That's a real thing. And you are compliant because you are one of the big corpos and don't want to lose that market inside that country. That's the reality. Even though, yeah, I will be so loud on myself telling everyone considering that, yeah, I use Amazon Prime. Why? Because sadly, I bought most of the stuff there because, yeah, they push it so hard in the market that most of the stuff I found it there. It, and other factors. But considering that, when it comes to the one is the Amazon company that sells you products, and the other one is Amazon Games, which is the service line. That honestly, they are just like Google Stadia. But either way, doesn't take the fact that this shit started with this. Just for example, continuing with this article, the activist organization Feminist Frequency is set to disband at the end of the year. Founder Anita Sarkeesian, yeah, the Jew who is main responsible for this, posted a letter on the organization webpage explaining her decision to end her involvement and to disband by the end of 23. Sarkeesian cites exhaustion as the primary reason for her decision. That's the main topic here. She already did the damage. The damage is done. There is not coming back from the AAA gaming industry. It needs a reset. She's just she cashed out every money she received from the grifting, only to say, yeah, my job here is done. I'm leaving. But also adds she can express both a sense of pride that conversations about online abuse have become part of our lexicon, and a reality that it has come at the cost of my health and well-being. What does it mean for her other projects such as Games Hotline and podcasts? So the grifting at the end of the day they are just grifted and they're just going to say that, yeah, we end this but don't think we are not coming back soon. Shit like that. For me, it means prioritizing rest and taking time away from direct responsibility of being the face of a mission, the face of destruction, greed and destruction. for the first time in a decade and a half. Yeah, we know what you have done. You can stay in touch with me at well, so yeah, what did I say? Grifting already. I didn't go through the whole article and I can already tell ya grifters always like to grift for their fucking nonsense. For feminist frequency, it means gradual ceasing of operations should be done completely in early 24s. The ceasing operations because it's done. The virus has been spreading through this whole AAA industry and even at some point in the indie scene. But the flip side, the indie scene can be gatekeeped. AAA, it's just done. It's too late. It's in the in late stage cancer. The game's an online harassment hotline. So she started this scripting only because she didn't like a Call of Duty lobby, and that's why it's more difficult to you talk online without the risk of getting banned or falsely accused by someone only using your voice recording. That can be altered to make you look like you infringe the guidelines, and then you are fucked. Bye bye decades of library. Well, a decade and a half of video games around that account. Seriously. Our podcast, Feminist Frequency Radio, will continue to be helmed by its co-host, Cat Spade. That's what I say. The grief is never ending, but the main operations, yeah, your job is done. You already destroyed the fucking industry. Troops versus women. And our full video archive will remain online, available as a free media criticism resource indefinitely. So you want to monetize your videos? Honestly, I don't encourage people to go to the direct source. Maybe download it somewhere, then monetize that shit and do the satirical job of clowning on this horse. Well, I keep calling them horse. There's only one horse. One that Minecrafted a dude by falsely accuse him. Soy Queen, we will never let you forget what you have done, and I hope someone gets your ass. Well, not to tap it, but you know what I mean. And we will ensure that our community is kept informed of all closing details as a final annual report will be published and a celebration for community and industry partners will be held in early 2024. So look at this. The alleged purpose of feminist criticism has been highlighting sexism. Yeah, that's why you have ugly characters. Even from this outer article, well, good female characters, they hate it. And not only that, even this is being censored. Certain characters like that design, they are just banned from these companies and this industry. Why? Because this fucking organization was the flood that went inside these companies. Even if they want to produce something that is not work, they just can't because they are stupid cocks and women, fucking feminists who are inside those companies spreading their fucking nonsense, and they are in high positions because affirmative action. That's what it is. And just to a reminder, because this is from the past, I already said this, that they are just a grift, and of course, I found cocks every single one who bought from these companies, considering what they have done in these dates. Landfall and Digital Devolver gave money to Anita Sarkeesian, $15,000 USD dollars in donations toward their spring campaign. Yeah, they were receiving money from these companies because they sympathize with this grifter. If you bought them from the past, at least before they did that shit, before they went full walk, okay. and you didn't buy a game from them, okay, that's fine. But if you bought from them when they're still going through this, and after that, I'm sorry, you're just getting the industry you fucking deserve. If you bitch about how lack of expression, creativity, fan service, and all of that, well, I know consumers will not criticize this because consumers are just going to consume. And the cocks who are complaining, yeah, even though you were warned, this is the reality. This is something that gets to my head that the grifting is it's actually spreading through every single franchise. Well, established franchise because like I said, they flooded the gates to mentally ill people who wants to destroy and rewrite the history of certain contents IPs, even history itself, because they have a very fascist mentality. There's no other way to explain it. Why? Why they have a fascist mentality? Because they think so high of themselves that they are the saviors. They are the ones who, with the correct mindset. Look, for example, Castlevania. Look how they are just. Look how they are just giving character assassination, just like this one says. How they actually they shit on Trevor Belmont, and of course, offensive character redesigns. You already have established ones, and then you go full blackface on them. This is actually racist. I'm not sounding like a Wookiee. This is fucking racist. You blacked the face, the ethnicity of an established character, and you have Cox again defending that. Yeah, but the character is still looking good. I don't care. You're a cock. You're a cock for defending the redesign of previous established characters only to virtue signaling. Because that's what this is. If this was a character with other name, I wouldn't complain because at least they are creating something for themselves. Even though, yeah, they're just clinging on a established franchise. Even you cannot trust Konami to handle IPs. Isaac is the other one. Yeah. But he was a well character. He, he was so good with with his role. Ray Swap. This is a redhead, by the way. Dan Dynasty was done dirty. Oh man. I'm glad I didn't jump on the trend of Castlevania because of Walkflix. But that's what this is. This is not only stuff coming from feminist frequency because this was the floods that went inside those companies. And the worst part is good looking female characters, you're not going to have it in the West and probably in the East or Japanese country. Japan is succumbing to the woke. Capcom is with ESG, Kadokawa is with ESG, Bandai Namco is with ESG. What else is with ESG? Koei Tecmo, Squeenix, probably Sega. Yeah, I think Sega they are already in that shit. And well, don't complain when they tell you gamers get the industry they fucking deserve because yeah, that's what happened when you keep supporting first of all companies who side with grifting activism like this one. And then you end up not only that infecting, they are just clinging on this. Why Blue Protocol is a big topic here, even because yeah, it is which is when noobs playing the last week. Why? Because this is a game published by Bandai Namco, and Bandai Namco published the games in the West. Why did you license this IP to Amazon? That's something you need to wonder. That's something you really need to ask. Why? What was in the deal that you said, yeah, I'm going to handle this IP to this totalitarian company when it comes to content? That's something you need to ask a lot of questions. And look how they defended. Let's start with the first question. Censorship is a huge topic in the West. Can you confirm if elements of the game will be changed in Blue Protocol to fit Western scenes? If yes, may you please expand to this object? So this one, Max Odorojny. Why she this looks like someone from Poland? Oh, by the way, CD Projekt Red, the creators of the disaster that they still are willing to defend. Jesus Christ, I don't have sympathy or respect for these people. The ones who bought and defended Cyberpunk 2077. They are into ESG and they did a video of ESG. You can actually find search it on YouTube. I'm not making shit up. Ah. So just to continue with this, so I talk at high levels in terms of the goals of what we are trying to accomplish. If this, and then we'll go back down into specifics. I think censorship comes in different ways, and the level of censorship is usually where we find as sneezing from the bullshit. We find disagreements within the community. Honestly, you have classification for or how to think the word they're using, age restriction to certain content, and it's fictional content for fuck's sakes. They're just go here defending censorship. So look, and even they clinch on someone else's creation. That's what the left does. We want to bring Shimoka-san's vision for the game and for Western players. However, there are areas we have to think about from a cultural, legal, and regulatory perspective. Who was the one who talked like this? World War II, Germany, the, the Soviet Union, China, North Korea, the Islam in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, the moral police. They are the moral police. They are the Western version of the moral police. We are targeting a tier rating. This is the most fucking bullshit. They want a teen rating when Action Taimanin is rated teen. This game is rated teen. Look how Steam don't have a problem in me showing this because there is not the deal content, the H tag content. Why is not? Because it got scrapped. It all focused on fan service. The things Senra Kagura used to do, but yeah, they just cocked up themselves because at the end of the day, this grifter organization, this activism is just at extent of the World Economic Forum, BlackRock, and George Soros mentality to erase free thinking, creativity, and freedom of expression across the whole world because they want to dominate the world, even though they are just fucking old farts who they are going to pass away in the next coming years, but they just still wanting to attach themselves and destroy everything. So yeah, grifters like this, they are the same one as the ones pulling the strings. But well, they're maybe not. They are just the useful idiots. They are just useful idiots. And what else I need to tell you? One, gamers get the industry they fucking deserve. And second off, this is what they want. They already accomplished it. They already fulfilled the destruction of this industry. So keep that in mind. When people create their own, at least they are willing to give you what they used to be in those years before this shit started hitting the fan. You should go support them. Seriously. You go support them and then gatekeep. Gatekeep the fuck out of these walkies. You don't want them again in this industry. At least the one that at least a lot of people are trying to reconstruct from the ashes. So that's pretty much everything I needed to say. I hope at least if you went through this whole video, I'm going to say thank you a lot for listening. Have a great day.